it's time for another episode of PEBAheads, and we got the full crew here. We got Jay and Michael, myself. How's it going, guys?
Good, good. How's it going?
Pretty good. I mean, over there in Florida land, it's all roses. I mean,
Yeah.
winning championships, getting multiple rings.
Yeah. No, picked up a ring and I
Yeah,
lost a ring this week, so gotta just swap them out.
yeah, just a swap.
Yeah, yeah. I, I think I forgot who it was in the chat. Somebody said like, "Oh, you couldn't ask her to marry you till you won a ring." I guess. Yeah, she doesn't marry losers. She told me so.
Yeah, yeah.
Frank told us. He's the one who said that.
That's the key to all the. If there are other single men out here, apparently, you need to win.
Keep a title.
Impress the ladies with your FIBA titles. Oh, there's so many ways you could go after that, but we're going to start off today talking about the Rodriguez Cup and just the championship series between Reno and Florida. Um, you know, kind of that first sim there, Jay, you probably had to have been thinking, what the heck's going on?
The 1-0.
Well, just you got up 2-0 and you're like, okay.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I think the first game. Yeah.
oh yeah, that first game, yeah.
Yeah, I think I got really lucky that the series before with West Virginia it went 6 instead of 7 because it let me get my ace to go against the best pitcher in the league. And we got lucky there. We're able to score one more run off of Bahia than Edgardo Trevino allowed. So really got lucky on that first one. But I think if that game or if we had gone game 7 with Greg, like I think we probably end up losing that game, that first game there. So
Well, and then the other thing too is the score doesn't tell the whole story either, because it looks like you look at the score 6-2. Oh yeah, you had that under control. No, it went into the 13th inning. Like it
yeah,
was.
13th inning, like the hits were pretty even. Like it really came down to just that Caleb Felton, who came over in that Don Washington trade. We've been roasting it all year. How great Don Washington's been, but Felton hit that walk-off grand slam in game 1. So
He was just waiting for that moment.
yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna just save it. I'm gonna save it.
You identified that early on in that trade, and
Yeah,
He
that's what
he
it was. I
watches
was
the
like,
podcast. That's what it
yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah. He knew he was on the hot seat.
yeah.
And I think when I originally saw him, when I reached out to Mike, I was like, you know what, I think Don Washington will probably blow up this year, but you never know when you get to the championship if your starting shortstop's going to get hurt and you might need to move your second baseman to short and he comes up in the bottom of the 13th. So
Yeah,
that was the exact scenario that I
all part of the plan.
yeah.
And look at that,
There it is.
you got a
Predetermined.
ring right there.
But yeah, so yeah, game 1, like I think, I mean, we really got lucky that it hadn't gone game 7 with West Virginia because I think 0-1, 1-0 is a big difference there.
And it's kind of crazy that it took not that amount of games to hit his first home run in this
Yeah,
series, like
Well,
in the playoffs. Like,
and he got caught stealing. So like, he even got caught stealing 9, 10 times in the playoffs too. Like he didn't have a good playoff series for being the so-called GOAT.
yeah,
well, how about Wando, who completely disappeared for the entire series for you? He did nothing,
Yeah,
and he's currently in the lead to win the Royal Raker, and he was non-existent your
yeah,
entire series.
yeah. Like literally, no, like he did not have a hit
Yeah,
in that Reno series.
yeah.
just could not figure them out.
Yeah, but I think they walked him a lot though. Because was on base percentage still 360 or something.
360. Yep.
So maybe they just feared him. Made a smart move and Barry Bonds treatment.
Hey, Barry still got his numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think I like I said, like I think us getting that game 6 win against West Virginia was really kind of set the tone for this. Because if game 1 goes the other way, like now all of a sudden it's a completely different story you're having.
Well,
Everybody's
like
getting,
we talked about on the previous podcast, the way things shook out for Reno, it looked like it set up perfectly for their rotation. So that
Yep.
little extra game that you had on your side definitely shifted that balance back,
yeah,
especially after you took game 1. But
yeah. And then game 2 was more kind of, I guess. I mean, even that one I think was closer than 6-1. Like if you look at the hits, they're both there. I think
well,
we
and then yeah, it looks like in the 8th inning of that one, you got 3 runs, so pulled it
Yep.
went from a 2-run game to a 5-run game going into the 9th. So
yeah, yeah, and that was Melvin James. And we got Florida had some guys that are not just the big three that really came through in this series. Chris Krebs is another one that kind of platooner. Bring him in like he's getting one at bat maybe when a lefty comes in and like he really I think he hit 600 or something in the series.
yeah,
Had
as
him
I
at
say,
bat
for the
a couple
playoffs, at
days.
least for in this game log for the playoffs, they got them at 333. So yeah, series wise, probably higher than that.
Yeah,
That's easy to look at though, right? It's right somewhere over here. Oh, he probably didn't have enough bats, but
yeah,
yeah,
there he
over
is.
here.
Yeah, he only had 5 at bats in the series.
Yeah.
I think
Oh
he
yeah, there
walked.
he is, right at the top.
Yeah,
600.
yeah, 600 on base percentage. It's an
I
offseason pickup from the Evans. Is a
I
throw.
think for me, the more surprising thing is the games were close, but from Reno being so dominant coming into it to end up kind of fizzling out, especially those last 2 games that just put up a couple goose eggs. Baroa coming back after having a rough playoffs. Um, Wandle disappearing. I'm surprised how seemingly just from the 4-1 series, how it looks so one sided.
Yeah.
Well, and then like you see the series MVP Baroa there.
Well,
It just kind of shows like the the depth on Florida really helped because there wasn't one guy that really offensively went off in this series, but he still won 4-1.
yeah. And it's interesting because last year, almost like the bullpen, I had said like, after we lost to Toyama. So the bullpen kind of let us down. And this whole series, I mean, obviously the Baroa game, like he went the complete game, but this whole series, like they kind of just showed out. Those, I mean, 0 ERAs across the board, getting 1 out, 2 outs, like just relievers coming in situationally. It almost is like I think if you were gonna manage a game, not through OTP, if you're doing it yourself, like it really almost did it exactly the way that I'd want to do it, which I think is big. So
Yeah, it
Baroa.
definitely helps. Would you say that you did anything differently this go around?
I think more so like just coming into the playoffs, that just with the way I set the roster up and like just making like kind of did like the effort mentality where it's like, oh, like if you're good enough to play, like I'm calling you up this year, like let's get you some experience and kind of worked out there because Leon Zamora as well was one of the guys I called up this year who was in AAA last year. One of the guys that I felt like if he had been up here, maybe we're talking back to back right now.
You weren't so concerned about keeping him at league minimum. Jeez.
Yep, get an extra year out of him. Actually, what I was originally gonna do, I was thinking maybe I'd send him to Winter League. I was like, kind of like a fourth pitch on him really isn't like gonna do too much. So
I mean, it's tempting because if he's on the positive side of that 4th pitch with an 8 stamina and already that
yeah,
mix,
yeah.
be
But I think
interesting.
yeah, but I think the rule is like what like the lowest it could be is like the cap of his lowest pitch. So like there's a chance you get a 1. It's like, oh, then you got a starting pitcher with 2 1 ratings.
See, that's what I've always wondered. Like, how what is the actual? I don't know. Maybe
Rule.
we can get Mike to clarify that because, yeah, what is the range like? I know
I know the
the
highest.
way
I
it
don't know
reads. I thought it was like the max would be the max of what your best pitch was, but like, how do you? Is it then based on a dice roll? So if you have a 10, does that mean it could
There's an
be
equal chance
from
that you
10
get a
to
10
1?
versus a 1. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's how we a good question for the board. A lot of rule changes with the board this year, too.
Lots of them.
Yeah.
But we're focused on the Rodriguez Cup right now.
Yeah. Our cup. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And I said it before too. Scott deserves so much credit for the season he had in Reno. Like I mean, I didn't see them doing this coming into the season. Like it's good to see. I think I've said before, like he's one of the better general managers in the league, but he's also like one of the best ambassadors for the PEBA period. So I think like you got to shout that out. Like just the job he's doing over there, not just for the Zephyrs, but for the league as a whole. So shout out Scott. I wore my Zephyrs blue today.
Well, and I mean, still time to vote on the end of season awards. And I know that I have no problem saying it. I voted for both you and Scott in my top 3. So,
Yeah, I got Scott. No, I got Scott as my number 1 as well. So
well, you can't vote for yourself, Jay. So,
I wouldn't vote for myself. I wouldn't vote for myself anyways. And this is an easy job, right? Come in, you got Gordon Knopp, Vito Van Wendell, and Michael Roberts. Like, come on.
hey, you were still number 2 in the calculation for whatever we're gonna call it,
Yeah.
over exceeding expectations. I
Hey,
don't know if that's
well,
the best terminology for it because I think Florida should be, if you don't win every year, then
but we did win 130
Massive
games.
fail.
That's the record.
yeah. So yeah, I don't know if the terminology is correct for like what the actual award is for, but I'm not gonna not it's it's a nice feature, a nice addition to the league, even though I don't still understand it fully. And I mean, what I mean by that is there are teams that were not even playoff teams that finished higher than playoff teams. So it's like I just don't understand necessarily the weighting or how that works. And I know when I first joined, someone tried telling me, "Well, you're a big market. You have a big expectation for your team." And then I went and looked, and the sizes in this league for market sizes are not they're not on a bell curve, and they're not distributed along that bell curve. So the Scottish market is not being big. It's not what you would expect based on maybe like a major league comparison. So
Yeah. If you're existing in the MLB world and you just come over,
yes,
like you're not really gonna expect and you see astronomical and huge and even Florida, we're just above average market in Florida.
We're astronomical. Where's my money?
yeah.
I want more of a budget.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe that's why you finish so high, Jay, because you are above average, and above average is actually really low in this league.
it's always my goal, just be above average.
But
Low expectations in Florida.
Yeah.
but according to the developers, Florida should never happen. So
Yeah. Impossible.
we can't have below average teams having great fan support. We got to base it on market size. Some people will get that comment. Probably the majority won't.
Yeah, I think if you're deep in the OTP forums, you get it.
I can't remember the last time I went to the OTP forums.
Actually, I don't go on the forums anymore. I go on the Reddit. There's
Yeah.
a Park Reddit. That's the spot.
I was gonna say before I posted that question on the forums, I looked and I hadn't been on there for I don't know, I think it was like 2017 or something. Like was the last time I had posted. something and it was same type of thing where it was like an issue or some problem, a bug report or something like.
Yeah.
Like, I got other things to do, like play my game. But yeah, that is another kind of I guess a way we could go with the podcast today is just remind everybody that, get your award voting in. I know
You're coming up due, I think, soon, right?
Think
Yeah,
so.
I think Wednesday, right?
Wednesday, yeah.
Or Wednesday? Yeah.
Wednesday deadline? Yeah. Yep.
Make
So
sure you do that if you haven't already.
Scott Maynor for president. Back out there.
No, I think it's one of those situations where I think Scott's probably pretty bummed, but at the same time, he should be proud because you knocked off a lot of good teams on that side of the bracket.
You broke the curse.
You broke the curse again,
Gotta
like
team.
really broke it again, and then you didn't get your socks knocked off. A lot of these games were close.
Game.
Could have, I mean, especially that first one. If it goes the other way, it's
different series.
It could have. I mean, especially with Game 3 going with Reno, if they would have taken Game 1 and you're 2-1 there. I mean,
yeah,
it at least gets extended to a Game 6. So
going back, getting Florida a little bit more of that home revenue.
Yeah.
Which I will say, the thing I love about the playoffs, at least, is if you go back in and look at the attendance, it's always like 2,000-3,000 plus in standing room only. Or at least they are at my games. It's like I can't fit that many.
There are no fire departments in the year 2039 either.
Right? Yeah, it's like 68,000, 69,000. I'm like, where are these people standing? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I'll take it, but
they're just there for the riots. They're just like, oh, we just want after the World Series, we just want to be there for the riots in the parking lot, watching.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because what is your ballpark, Jay?
What's the attendance?
Yeah,
I think it's 64,500.
Okay, yeah, that's because I've seen that too, Michael, where it's like some are way over, and then like in my other league, there'll be some like my team will have like 2,000 less, but then you go to some other team stadium and it's 3,000 more. It's like, how do you come up with like
break the knob?
Yeah, special seating just for that game.
Yeah, it's like
bring your own chair.
It's the outfield walls in for the Cubs.
Yeah,
the stands.
We're gonna count all the rooftop seating into our attendance.
Yeah.
Why not? They bought out half those buildings anyway, not all of them.
I still don't understand. So where the Cubs, you'll know what I'm talking about, Michael, where the Cubs, you had the building that wasn't a rooftop, but it used to be the Budweiser building where they always had the roof painted with Budweiser. Mm-hmm. They couldn't agree, like with the Cubs wanted a ridiculous amount for not putting like the scoreboard up there, but that company or that people that own the building were kind of just like, no, we're not going to do it. And then the Cubs ultimately just built the big scoreboard. Now they get no revenue at all from.
Yeah, that's what they did to a lot. Anyone who didn't immediately sell out their building, they're like, well, we're just putting new stuff up to block your view and you can't see it anymore. Who cares?
Yeah. Crazy. But those are, I mean, if you do get the chance, go watch a game up there at least one time just to get the experience. Because
and Greg, I think Greg's got season tickets there too. So
he does at the Cubs.
Yeah, he's a big Cubs fan.
So why doesn't Why doesn't Greg organize that? If he's got season tickets, why doesn't he organize a local PEBA outing?
We had one in the past. One time.
I figured the Cleveland one would be an easy one because there's like 4 or 5 people in that area.
Yeah, we had a lot of people come up for Chicago as well. I think it was me, Greg, the original West Virginia owner at that time. His name was Tyler. John, when he was still running the league, he was there. We had one other person, I forget who. But yeah, we all met up at a Cubs game.
That's cool.
Maybe
That's
we
awesome.
need to look into that again.
I went to.
Whether it be Cubs or Brewers or somewhere.
I'd be all for it.
I met up with Greg too. He went to Wrigley, but it's for Pearl Jam concert. So, and he doesn't even like Pearl Jam. I literally came like across the country too.
Oh my gosh, Pearl Jam.
Wait, he doesn't like it or you don't like it?
He doesn't like him. That's my favorite band. I was
yeah,
traveling to see their home shows.
That's a good concert to go to. It's not typically easy to get tickets for that, but
Yeah.
Hey, you get to watch Eddie Vedder wear his Cubs jersey all concert.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't dislike Pearl Jam. I always find it funny that it's like they use him.
There's
Maybe
two
like,
camps.
my fiance is a big Cubs fan, so we'll watch Marquee all the time, and it's just like every single opportunity that Eddie Vedder has to narrate something, it's
He's in on it.
they can't find any other famous Cubs fan. It's always Eddie Vedder. Well, Michael, I have a topic that's not PEBA related that I want to get your take on. Are you
sure?
Super excited that Connor Bedard is back?
Oh yeah, 100%. That's, I mean,
is that the only reason to watch Blackhawks hockey right now?
I mean, yeah, it's totally a youth movement, so it's going to be a while, but I mean, he's still just so exciting to watch. It actually gives reason to want to turn on the games again, because he's always doing something crazy. So not people related, but yeah, no, I'm happy. The fact that he broke his jaw on that hit was kind of bullshit, but very happy that he is back and hopefully will stay healthy this time. And he needs to bulk up a little bit and hopefully not get picked on and
keep his head up.
Very true.
I like that he's wearing the visor right now because I mean, I see too many times where guys get hurt and they come back and they don't wear it, and it's like because they're like, "Oh, I'm tough. I don't want to wear this thing." It's like at least he's smart enough, or maybe because he's young, he's doesn't buy into the whole "we're gonna act tough." But
I thought that they made the rule that if you were after a certain year, pretty much everyone had to wear them coming into it, didn't they?
Oh, he has the normal visor, but right now he's wearing the full, like all the way down to his chin visor just to protect his jaw.
Maybe
I remember watching like one of the games early on, or they were like making fun, like for some reason I got I think it was watching ESPN Plus, and there was the other team's broadcast, and they're like poking fun at it. I'm like, what are you poking fun at? Like, dude has coming back from a broken jaw. Like,
yeah,
I don't want to get hit in the face either. Like, and then I think that was the game where he went nuts and kind of had that one goal where he just totally like went one like juked the goalie and just totally it was all him. It was no like pass or anything. It was just one-on-one. But Jay's probably like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm more football than hockey and basketball than hockey too, and baseball than hockey. But I will do hockey over soccer.
Hey, take that all day.
See, and that's the opposite for me. I'm more into hockey than I am into football.
Oh, really?
Well, because the Bears suck, so they have sucked for so freaking long that it's not even worth watching.
Yeah, I think might be still a while for us, Michael.
Yeah. You got to jump off, Mike, soon.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, wasn't the plan, but I'm gonna have to jump off probably before all the fun begins. So,
all
right. Well, we can
get to it.
Yeah.
I got a couple minutes.
Well, so this was also my last game with the Florida Far Riders. Was luckily I was able to bring home that championship. Gonna kind of set it down, I think, and go out to bigger things, hopefully. So kind of got engaged over the weekend, is I think a lot of you saw and congratulated me in the chat. I do appreciate that, and I think just the other part of it was just like I don't feel like with the amount of time I spend on this, there's kind of, I mean, it changes a little bit too quickly for me, so it's a little bit hard for me to keep up with. I don't know if it's rule changes or different things that come up, or just kind of year over year. Just I feel like things were changing a bit too much, and so I think everything just kind of came together. And I mean, what better way to go out than most single season wins ever? Go out with a championship, win 3 minor league titles, and get out. So just want to say, thanks to everybody here. I'll still be around. Maybe still drop by the PEBAheads podcast and be a guest sometime. If anybody needs have any questions or anything, I will still be around. But just wanted to say thanks to everybody who's been a part of this community. And I know I'm relatively new, but like so many people here that I consider like genuinely friends rather than just people I play online leagues with. So thanks to everybody here.
Well, I know we'll miss you, Jay, and we'll still pick your brain on stuff, but it definitely it's a bittersweet sweet thing, that's for sure.
Yeah, you'll definitely be missed. I'm sure a lot of people will be upset that unfortunately the dismantling of Florida will not be occurring.
Contraction draft. Get rid of Forest. Just everybody draft.
But no, seriously, you'll definitely be missed. Don't be a stranger. We'll keep bugging you as long as you keep using Slack.
Yep, I'll be around.
Don't disappear.
I'll be around.
So, at least next year, hopefully, it'll be easier. We don't have to deal with Florida so much. But yeah,
thanks, guys.
We want to set
that
odds
this will
on who
potentially be
replaces
our
you.
last podcast this way too.
Yeah.
Gotta get a third people person now. Whoever takes over Florida, so you can keep the same logo too. All right.
Keep this going. You don't have to do any work. I gotta cut it down to 2 heads now. Oh man.
You gotta change a 3 to a 2 with 2 heads.
Or we'll just put a big X over. No, we'll leave it as is, and we'll just put an X over Florida.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
That could work. Maybe for one episode.
Yeah.
All
right, guys. We'll see you.
Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to have to jump off early, so apologies.
No, you're good. Thanks. We'll see you guys.
All right. Bye.